Alright, hey guys, so today we're going to do 5.3, which is your day 3 in your OneNote. Today's learning goal, I can compare two different proportional relationships represented in different ways using the equation y equals mx. So the first example says the graph shows the distance d, a car travels in time t at a constant speed of r. The first thing they want us to answer is, what is the constant speed of the car? Well, here we identify that our constant speed represents our r value. So our labeling for this portion is going to deal with r. The constant speed is also identified as our slope. Remember, slope is considered rise over run when doing a graph. So in our case, our rise, we went up 30. Our run, we went over 1. Therefore, our r is going to be 30. Part B says, how far will the car travel in 2 hours? Well, let's go look at 2 hours for our time. At our time of 2 hours, we traveled 60 miles per hour. 60 miles. Part C says, how long will it take the car to travel 120 miles? Well, let's go up to 120 miles and mark over to our graph. That shows us that it would take us 4 hours. Part D says, write an equation in D equals RT form to model the situation shown. Remember, R from up here represents our slope. So in our equation, we know D equals our R, which was 30, times T. This would be the equation that we would write to represent this graph here. Example 2. The graph shows the distance d a train travels in time t at a constant speed r. Write an equation in d equals r times t form that models the situation shown. Again, remember, we want to write this form in d equals r times t, knowing that r equals our slope. And remember, also r represents rise over run. So look here, the first time we see our graph start to intersect with our grid is at these points. Remember, our rise, we go up to 100. So that means that our rise is 100. Then we went over 1 unit in time, so our run is 1. Therefore, our r equals 100. So when writing out our equation, d equals our rate, which is 100, times t. That would be our equation for this line. Next one. Recall that the graph of a proportional relationship is a line that passes through the origin. Very important for us to know. A proportional relationship is a line that passes through the origin. An equation that models a proportional relationship can be written as y equals mx plus just mx. The equation y equals mx shows y is always a constant multiple m of x. So an equation in the form y equals mx is an example of a linear equation. So if it has this form, it is considered a linear equation. So a linear equation, if the graph of all of its solutions is a line. So the foldable that you see in your OneNote will take care of that on tomorrow. As an example, a hamburger made with a certain type of beef loses 1/4 of its weight while cooking. Write an equation that models that weight of a cooked hamburger y based on the weight of the uncooked hamburger x. So think about it. You go to a store or a restaurant, you get a burger. When they cook it down, it's actually smaller. So think of you having one burger and you're subtracting a fourth of it. So one whole burger minus a fourth. Well, we can change this 1 to be 1 over 1. Find a common divider, which is 4. So multiply the top and the bottom by 4. That means that we have 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4. So that equals 3 over 4. We'll also remember here it tells us that they want us to write an equation that models the weight of a cooked burger, which is going to be y, based on the weight of the uncooked burger, which is x. So that tells me right there that my 3/4 is going to equal my m value, or my slope. So when writing the equation, I should have y equals 3 over 4 times x. That would be my equation for this problem. A number of words y you can type in x minutes can be represented by the equation y equals 55x. The number of words your friend can type in x minutes is modeled by the graph. Which of you can type faster? Well, we know that this is our equation for how much we type. Now we need to figure out what our friend's equation would be based on our graph over here. Remember, we want the form y equals mx, where m is our slope. Remember, m is the same as saying rise over run when it comes to a graph. So let's talk about this. Let's find out what we rise. We rise 150, then divided by what our run is. Well, look at our time. It goes up by 3. So we ran 3. We can identify that 150 divided by 3 gives us 50. That tells me that my friend types 50 words per minute. So when we think about it, who has the best time for typing? That would definitely be you. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to circle things, star them, and we'll discuss them tomorrow in class. See you guys tomorrow.